Liverpool's long-running pursuit of Marc Guehi has taken an unexpected turn as new details emerge about how close a move to Anfield really came, and why the situation now looks far more complicated, with defensive issues continuing to hover in the background and the transfer window offering no guarantees. The latest developments have added a fresh layer of intrigue to what could become one of the most closely watched sagas of the year. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Liverpool's long-standing interest in Marc Guehi has once again come into focus, with fresh detail emerging around just how close the club came to securing his signature last summer, and why the battle to land him now looks significantly more complex. The England international was, by all accounts, on the brink of a move to Anfield during the previous transfer window. Liverpool had progressed negotiations to the point where only final internal approval was required, with Guehi already preparing for the switch before the deal ultimately collapsed. That failure has proven costly, as the centre-back now approaches the final 6 months of his Crystal Palace contract and is set to become one of the most coveted free agents in European football. Liverpool's need for defensive reinforcement is no secret, with only 2 fit senior centre-backs currently available. Concerns around depth and durability remain a pressing issue. However, there is no certainty that those concerns will be addressed in January. Reports following Christmas indicated that Liverpool are planning for a quiet month, with the club retaining the freedom to react if circumstances demand it, but without an expectation of major mid-season movement. That stance inevitably places any immediate move for Guehi under scrutiny. While Liverpool's admiration for the 25-year-old has not faded, Crystal Palace are not expected to sanction a sale midway through the campaign, particularly given his importance to the side. Guehi has started every league match this season, registering 28 appearances in all competitions, scoring 3 goals and providing 4 assists. Only Palace's goalkeeper has logged more minutes, underlining just how central he is to their structure. BBC journalist Sami Mokbel, who has followed Guehi's situation closely since the summer, has reported that the defender is expected to see out the final 6 months of his contract at Selhurst Park. While Mokbel acknowledged that interested parties may be tempted into bringing forward their plans this winter, he added that as things stand, Guehi will remain with Palace until the end of the season. Interest in the former Chelsea Academy graduate is not limited to England. Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and Inter Milan have all shown varying degrees of interest, while Manchester City and Liverpool are understood to be his leading Premier League admirers. Speaking on BBC's Football Focus, Mokbel stressed the scale of the competition Liverpool are facing, noting that Guehi has so many options in the summer, but added that Liverpool are expected to be back in the mix once he officially becomes available. Crucially, it is Guehi's response to last summer's disappointment that has enhanced his standing across the game. When the Anfield move fell through at the final hurdle, the defender publicly brushed it off and returned his focus to Palace's campaign. That reaction has not gone unnoticed. He has delivered week in and week out, Mokbel explained. The way he has reacted to that Liverpool move falling through has seen a number of clubs now come to the fore and think that's the kind of character we want. He's done himself a brilliant service this season because he wanted to join Liverpool, but he's put that behind him and he's had a brilliant season so far. For Liverpool, the situation now requires patience and precision. The club will continue to monitor Guehi closely, fully aware that waiting until the summer risks a straight shootout with some of Europe's biggest sides. At the same time, supporters will struggle to understand any reluctance to strengthen defensively in January, regardless of whether that reinforcement comes in the form of Guehi or an alternative target. One thing is clear, Liverpool's centre-back plans plans remain unfinished business, and Marc Guehi remains firmly at the heart of that conversation. In other news, Liverpool are heading into the January transfer window with clear problems to solve, yet all indications suggest the club are preparing to resist the growing external pressure to act decisively in the market. Injuries have left Arne Slot working with a stretched squad as the new year approaches. At centre-back, Liverpool currently have just 2 fully fit senior options available, while in attack, Hugo Ekitike stands as the only recognised number 9. With the transfer window reopening on January 1st, many supporters have expected reinforcements to arrive, particularly given the demands of competing domestically and in Europe. However, respected journalists James Pearce and Greg Evans report that Liverpool are planning for a quiet month despite those concerns. They state that club sources have indicated there will not be a flurry of activity in January, adding that the hierarchy are reluctant to pursue short-term fixes and remain focused on longer-term strategy. Their assessment is that Liverpool are likely to stick with the current group rather than force moves that do not align with the wider recruitment plan. There is some flexibility built into that stance. Pearce and Evans note that there may still be room for an addition and that the club have the freedom to react should circumstances worsen. But the overriding expectation is one of restraint, a message unlikely to sit comfortably with supporters given the scale of what remains at stake in the second half of the season. Defensively, Crystal Palace captain Marc Guehi continues to be monitored following the collapse of Liverpool's late summer move. January represents the final window in which Palace could command a fee before the England international's contract situation shifts further in the player's favour. Despite that, Liverpool do not expect Palace to open the door to a mid-season sale, while there are also doubts over whether Guehi himself would be willing to move before potentially becoming a free agent in the summer. Slot has previously acknowledged that Liverpool can respond if required, but he has also been keen to manage expectations. The Dutchman has stressed that the club do not have unlimited money, even though funds had already been committed before the proposed £35 million deal for Guehi collapsed late in the summer window. Any defensive addition would be significant, particularly with Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate, the only senior centre-backs currently available, and Konate having missed a recent training session. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.